Hello, hello, hello. I am back. As always, giving all praises and glory to my Lord above for allowing me to wait to see another day. I am here so that I can read the oracles of God, one of my favorite things to do. If you are like me and you wish to go over the oracles of God, maybe you're working or, maybe you're doing something else or whatever the case may be, and you got 10 minutes, join me. Let's get into these oracles and see what the Lord has to say. So I am going to start in Exodus chapter 25 and 26 today, and I'll be reading from the New King James Version. All right. So Exodus 25. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, verse 2, Speak to the children of Israel that they bring me an offering. From everyone who gives it willingly with his heart, you shall take my offering. Verse 3, And this is the offering which you shall take from them: gold, silver, and bronze. Verse 4, Blue, purple, and scarlet thread, fine linen, and goat's hair. Verse 5, Ram skins dyed red, badger skins, and acacia wood. Verse 6, Oil for the light, and spices for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. Verse 7, Onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. Verse 8, And let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. Verse 9, according to all that I show you, that is the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all its furnishings, just so you shall make it. Verse 10, and they shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits shall be its length, a cubit and a half its width, and a cubit and a half its height. Verse 11, and you shall overlay it with pure gold inside and out. You shall overlay it and shall make on it a molding of gold all around. Verse 12, you shall cast 4 rings of gold for it and put them in its 4 corners. 2 rings shall be on one side and 2 rings on the other side. Verse 13, and you shall make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Verse 14, you shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, that the ark may be carried by them. Verse 15, the poles shall be in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. Verse 16, and you shall put into the ark the testimony which I will give you. Verse 17, you shall make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2.5 cubits shall be its length, and a cubit and a half its width. Verse 18, and you shall make 2 cherubims of gold, of hammered work. You shall make them at the 2 ends of the mercy seat. Verse 19, make 1 cherub at one end and the other cherub at the other end. You shall make the cherub at the 2 ends of it of one piece with the mercy seat. Verse 20, and the cherub shall stretch out their wings above, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and they shall face one another. The faces of the cherubim shall be towards the mercy seat. Verse 21, you shall put the mercy seat on top of the ark, and in the ark you shall put the testimony that I will give you. Verse 22, and there I will meet with you, and I will speak with you from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims. Excuse me. Let's see here. I do apologize for that. My computer's doing something weird. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Let me pick up where I was. And the 2 cherubims which are on the ark of the testimony about everything which I will give you in commandment to the children of Israel. You shall also make a table of acacia wood. 2 cubits shall be its length, a cubit its width, and a cubit and a half its height. Verse 24. And you shall overlay it with pure gold and make a molding of gold all around. Verse 25. You shall make for it a frame of a handbreadth all around, and you shall make a gold molding for the frame all around. Verse 26. And you shall make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings on the 4 corners that are at its 4 legs. Verse 27. The rings shall be close to the frame as holders for the poles to bear the table. Verse 28. And you shall make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, that the table may be carried with them. Verse 29. You shall make its dishes, its pans, its pitchers, and its bowls for pouring. You shall make them of pure gold. Verse 30. And you shall set the showbread on the table before me always. Verse 31. You shall also make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand shall be of hammered work. Its shaft, its branches, its bowls, its ornamental knobs and flowers shall be of one piece. Verse 32. And 6 branches shall come out of its sides, 3 branches of the lampstand out of one side, and 3 branches of the lampstand out of the other side. Verse 33. 3 bowls shall be made like almond blossoms on one branch, with an ornamental knob and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almond blossoms on the other branch, with an ornamental knob and a flower. And so for the 6 branches that come out of the lampstand. Verse 34. On the lampstand itself, 4 bowls shall be made like almond blossoms, each with its ornamental knob and flower. Verse 35. And there shall be a knob under the first 2 branches of the same, a knob under the second 2 branches of the same, and and a knob under the third 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that extend from the lampstand. Verse 36. Their knobs and their branches shall be of one piece. All of it shall be one hammered piece of pure gold. Verse 37. You shall make 7 lamps for it, and they shall arrange its lamps so that they give light in front of it. Verse 38. And its wick trimmers and their trays shall be of pure gold. Verse 39. It shall be made of a talent of pure gold, and all these utensils. Verse 40. And see to it that you make them according to the pattern which was shown to you on the mountain. Okay, Exodus 26. Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine woven linen, and blue, purple, and scarlet thread. With artistic designs of cherubims you shall weave them. Verse 2. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. And every one of the curtains shall have the same measurements. Verse 3. 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another. Verse 4. And you shall make loops of blue yarn on the edge of the curtain on the selvage of one set. And likewise you shall do on the outer edge of the other curtain of the second set. Verse 5. 50 loops you shall make in the one curtain, and 50 loops you shall make on the edge of the curtain that is on the end of the second set, that the loops may be clasped to one another. Verse 6. And you shall make 50 clasps of gold, and couple the curtains together with the clasp, so that it may be one tabernacle. Verse 7. You shall also make curtains of goat's hair to be a tent over the tabernacle. You shall make 11 curtains. Verse 8. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. And the 11 curtains shall all have the same measurements. Verse 9. And you shall couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. And you shall double over the 6th curtain at the forefront of the tent. Verse 10. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in one set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain of the second set. Verse 11. And you shall make 50 bronze clasps, put the clasp into the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may be one. Verse 12. The remnant that remains of the curtains of the tent, the half curtains that remain, shall hang over the back of the tabernacle. Verse 13. And a cubit on one side, and a cubit on the other side of what remains of the length of the curtains of the tent, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and on that side, to cover it. Verse 14. You shall also make a covering of ram skins dyed red for the tent, and a covering of badger skins above that. Verse 15. And for the tabernacle you shall make the boards of acacia wood standing upright. Verse 16. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the width of each board. Verse 17. 2 tenons shall be in each board for binding one to another. Thus you shall make for all the boards of the tabernacle. Verse 18. And you shall make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side. Verse 19. You shall make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under each of the boards for its 2 tenons. Verse 20. And for the second side of the tabernacle, the north side, there shall be 20 boards. Verse 21. And there are 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under each of the boards. 22. For the far side of the tabernacle westward, you shall make 6 boards. Verse 23. And you shall also make 2 boards for the 2 back corners of the tabernacle. Verse 24. They shall be coupled together at the bottom, and they shall be coupled together at the top by 1 ring. Thus it shall be for both of them. They shall be for the 2 corners. Verse 25. So there shall be 8 boards with their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under each of the boards. Verse 26. And you shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards on one side of the tabernacle. 27. 5 bars for the boards on the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards on the side of the tabernacle for the far side westward. Verse 28. The middle bar shall pass through the midst of the boards from end to end. Verse 29. You shall overlay the boards with gold, make their rings of gold as holders for the bars, and overlay the bars with gold. Verse 30. And you shall raise up the tabernacle according to its pattern, which you were shown on the mountain. Verse 31. You shall make a veil woven of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen. It shall be woven with an artistic design of cherubim. Verse 32. You shall hang it upon the 4 pillars of acacia wood overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be gold upon 4 sockets of silver. Verse 33. And you shall hang the veil from the clasp. Then you shall bring the ark of the testimony in there behind the veil. The veil shall be a divider for you between the holy place and the most holy. 34. You shall put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy. Verse 35. You shall set the table outside the veil, and the lampstand across from the table on the side of the tabernacle towards the south. And you shall put the table on the north side. Verse 36. You shall make a screen for the door of the tabernacle, woven of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen, made by a weaver. Verse 37. And you shall make for the screen 5 pillars of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. Their hooks shall be gold, and you shall cast 5 sockets of bronze for them. I do appreciate you for joining me today. Tune in next time, and we will keep going with the book of Exodus. Please be blessed, and bye for now. Bye.